The laughter hit before the ball did. Pro player? You! Someone shouted from the sidelines. Daniel froze mid-stride. The pass rolled past him and out of bounds. His chest tightened. Heat crawled up his neck. The boys on the field were still laughing. I'm serious, he snapped, forcing a smile. One day you'll see me on TV. Yeah. Another voice chimed in, maybe as the ball boy. More laughter. Daniel bent down, picked up the ball, and walked back to position. But something inside him had shifted, just a little. That evening, he lay on his bed staring at the ceiling. His room was small, paint peeling, posters of professional footballers taped to the wall. He whispered into the darkness, I'm going to make it. I know I am. And he believed it. Daniel wasn't the most talented player in his neighborhood, but he was the most obsessed. He trained after school. He practiced stepovers until his legs trembled. He watched match highlights at night and copied movements in front of a cracked mirror. He saw himself walking into a stadium, crowd roaring, commentators shouting his name. The dream felt alive. So he did what most dreamers do. He told people. At dinner one night, he pushed his plate aside. Dad, I've decided. I'm going to be a professional footballer. His father looked up slowly. Professional? Yes. I'm going to train harder than anyone. I'll join an academy. I'll get scouted. His mother smiled nervously. That's ambitious. It's not just ambition, Daniel insisted. It's my future. His father leaned back in his chair. Son, dreams are good, but be realistic. How many boys want that? Thousands. Millions. I'm not like them, Daniel replied quickly. His father sighed. Focus on school. Football can be a hobby. A hobby. The word stung. The next day at school, Daniel told his friends during break. Just wait, he said confidently. In 5 years, I'll be playing abroad. Abroad? One friend laughed. You can't even last full 90 minutes without cramping. That's because I'm training alone. Daniel shot back. Another friend shook his head. Bro, just don't embarrass yourself. Daniel laughed along, but the laughter felt forced. Still, something strange happened after every conversation. Every time he declared his dream out loud, he felt a rush, a thrill, like he had already achieved something. People knew. They reacted. They talked about him. It felt good. But the next morning, when his alarm rang at 5 a.m., he stared at it longer than usual. I already told everyone, he muttered. They know I'm serious. He hit snooze. Training sessions became shorter. Not by much. Just a little. If someone was watching, he pushed harder. If no one was around, he slowed down. He started imagining conversations more than practicing drills. One afternoon, while tying his boots, a younger boy approached him. I heard you're going to be famous. Daniel grinned. Yeah, just keep watching. The words tasted sweet. But when the match started, he played cautiously, afraid to lose the ball, afraid to look foolish, afraid someone would whisper. And he says he's going pro. He overthought simple passes. He hesitated before shooting. Confidence began to slip through invisible cracks. Weeks passed. Then came the local tournament. The field was crowded. Parents, friends, neighbors lining the edges. Daniel felt electricity in his veins. This is it, he told himself. This is where I prove them wrong. As warm-ups began, someone from the crowd shouted, show us the professional skills. Laughter followed. Daniel's jaw tightened. The match started. 10 minutes in, he received the ball near the wing. Perfect space. Perfect angle. He tried an ambitious move. Lost possession instantly. Is that the pro? Someone yelled. His teammates groaned. Simple pass, Daniel. I had it, he snapped defensively. But he didn't. By halftime, he had miscontrolled 3 passes and missed an open shot. During the break, his captain pulled him aside. What's wrong with you? Nothing. You're trying too hard. Just play. Daniel avoided eye contact. I am playing. No, the captain said quietly. You're performing. That word lingered. Performing. The second half was worse. In the final minutes, with the score tied, Daniel had a clear chance. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. The crowd grew silent. This is your moment, he whispered to himself. He shot. Wide. The whistle blew seconds later. They lost. As players walked off, someone from the sidelines muttered loudly, maybe stick to school. Daniel heard it. That night, he sat alone outside his house, staring at the dusty street. His boots lay beside him. Maybe they're right, he whispered. The dream that once burned like fire now flickered like a dying candle. He replayed every conversation in his head, every laugh, every doubtful look. He realized something terrifying. The more he talked about his dream, the heavier it felt. The more he announced it, the more pressure wrapped around it, and the less he actually worked. He clenched his fists. I told everyone, he said bitterly. Now I look stupid. The wind rustled softly. Somewhere in the distance, children were still playing. For the first time since he was a child, Daniel considered quitting. Not because he didn't love football, but because he hated how exposed his dream felt. And that thought scared him more than the laughter ever did. The next morning, Daniel didn't go to the field. He stayed in bed, staring at the ceiling again. But this time, the posters on his wall felt like silent judges. His phone buzzed. A message from a teammate. You okay? Another. Tough game yesterday. He typed, I'm fine, then deleted it. Typed again. Yeah, just tired. He tossed the phone aside. Around noon, he forced himself outside. Not to train, just to walk. As he passed a local pitch, he slowed down. The sound of the ball being kicked echoed through the air. Normally, that sound excited him. Today, it irritated him. Daniel, a familiar voice called out. He turned. It was Mr. Ade, the old groundskeeper who maintained the field. He was sweeping dust away from the sideline with a worn-out broom. You didn't come this morning, Mr. Ade said calmly. Daniel shrugged. Didn't feel like it. Mr. Ade studied him. That's new. Daniel forced a laugh. Maybe I'm done trying to be a professional. Mr. Ade leaned on his broom. Who told you that? Everyone, Daniel replied quickly. My friends, my dad, the whole neighborhood. And you believe them? Daniel hesitated. I don't know. Maybe they're just realistic. Mr. Ade nodded slowly. And you? Are you realistic? Daniel looked away. I used to think I was special. Used to. Daniel's voice cracked slightly. Every time I say it out loud, people laugh. Or they doubt me. And then when I fail, it's like they're waiting for it. Mr. Ade was silent for a moment. Then he said, tell me something. When you first started playing football, did you tell anyone? Daniel frowned. No, I just played. Were you happier then? Daniel thought about it. The endless hours alone. The joy of mastering a move. The excitement of improvement no one saw. Yes, he admitted quietly. Mr. Ade nodded. A seed grows underground. Daniel looked at him, confused. If you dig up every day to show people how much it has grown, Mr. Ade continued, what happens? It dies, Daniel replied softly. Exactly. The word sank in. You expose your seed too early, Mr. Ade said gently. You want applause before growth. Daniel swallowed hard. So what do? Mr. Ade smiled faintly. Stop announcing. Start building. Daniel stared at the field. But what if they still doubt me? They will, Mr. Ade said. And that's fine. Doubt is noise. Growth is quiet. Something shifted inside Daniel. Not explosive. Not dramatic. Just steady. That evening, he didn't post about training. He didn't tell anyone his plans. He didn't argue with his father. He set his alarm for 5 a.m. When it rang, he didn't hesitate. The field was empty. Mist hovered above the grass. His footsteps echoed in stillness. No audience. No laughter. No expectations. Just him. He started with simple drills. Pass. Control. Turn. Shoot. When he made mistakes, no one mocked him. When he succeeded, no one applauded. It was peaceful. Days turned into weeks. Daniel stopped talking about his dream completely. When friends joked, so, superstar, when's your big break? He just smiled. No big plans, he'd reply casually. Inside, he was working harder than ever. Extra sprints after practice. Studying game tactics at night. Improving his fitness quietly. His father noticed the early mornings. You're training again? Daniel nodded. Just keeping active. No speeches. No decorations. One afternoon, during another local match, he played differently. Calm. Focused. He didn't try to impress. He just played. Simple passes. Smart positioning. Clean finishes. He scored once. Then assisted another goal. No dramatic celebrations. Just a quick jog back to position. After the game, a man approached him. Well-dressed. Observant eyes. You play smart, the man said. Thank you. Daniel replied politely. I work with a regional academy. The man continued. We're holding trials next month. You should come. Daniel felt his heart pound. Months ago, he was shouted, I knew this would happen. Now he simply nodded. I'll be there. When he got home, his father noticed a paper in his hand. What's that? An invitation to trials, Daniel said calmly. His father's eyebrows lifted. Trials? Daniel nodded. Just an opportunity. His father studied him for a long moment. You've been serious all this time, haven't you? Daniel smiled slightly. I stopped talking. The day the trials arrived. Bigger field. Better players. Real scouts. Pressure returned. But this time it felt different. He wasn't there to prove anyone wrong. He was there to test himself. During a small-sided game, he received the ball on the wing. Defender closing in. Months ago, he would have tried something flashy. Now he analyzed. One touch inside. Quick pass. Move into space. Return ball. Shot. Goal. No wild celebration. Just a nod. At the end of the session, the coach called his name. You've improved, the coach said. We've been watching. Daniel blinked. Watching. You trained early, the coach replied. Consistency matters. Daniel felt a quiet pride, not because people were finally seeing, but because he had grown without needing them to. Weeks later, he received confirmation. He had been accepted into the academy. Neighbors who once laughed now said, we always knew you had talent. His friends asked, why didn't you tell us you were still chasing it? Daniel just smiled, because he finally understood. Dreams are fragile in the beginning, not because they're weak, but because they need protection. That night, as he packed his boots for his first academy session, he glanced at the old posters on his wall. He didn't whisper brand promises anymore. He didn't declare his future to the ceiling. He simply tightened his laces and turned off the light. Some dreams die when spoken too soon. Others survive when guarded in silence. And as Daniel stepped into the next chapter of his life, he carried one lesson deeper than any applause could ever reach. The most powerful moves are made quietly, and the loudest victories are built in silence.